No. Start recording here. All right. Yo.
I'm glad we're doing it earlier this time. So I like seeing the sunlight.
I know, it hits differently.
Hit differently. You
Yeah,
know.
the glow on the skin.
The glow,
Just
I
feel
know,
more alive, feel
yeah.
more vibrant. Because usually we doing it late at night, so it's pitch black outside. You know, no sunlight, no views.
Low-key be affecting the mood, but you don't know about it though, subconsciously.
So we feel different. We feel alive. Like I said, we feel vibrant, very radiant today. And we're back. We're back with another question of the day. We explored this a lot off camera again.
As always.
As always, the pre-podcast, as B calls it. And it's an interesting one. It really opened my eyes and changed my perspective for the 20 minutes or so that we were exploring it before we started. Mm-hmm. He opened my mind to a lot of different viewpoints, but I'm excited to fully dive in and explore it. So the question was, would you rather be born smart or become smart? And we were dealing with the themes of like hardships and success and self-made, just dealing with a lot of those different topics. And I'm going to start it off with Omar because he had a great take on it before, and you really put it into perspective on how, a lot of us want to start from the bottom. So I'll let him elaborate on that, and then we'll fully jump in.
Yeah, so like I was telling Reef, when he first asked me the question, my immediate thought was I wanted to be smart. But I feel like when we ask that question of, do you want to be born smart or do you want to work to be smart? When you say I want to be smart, people assume that means that you're not going to put the work in afterwards to maintain that gift that you have, right? That if I say that I want to work to be smart, that implies that I have this grind and I'm going to keep developing it. And that's not the case. At least that's not what I think about when I think of the question. So when he asked me, do I want to be smart, born smart, or do I want to work to be smart? I'm like, I want to be born smart. It's the same as, do I want to work to be rich or do I want to be rich? I'd rather be rich right off the jump. Like, to me, there's no need to do unnecessary work to try to reach something if it's right there in front of me. I just don't feel the need. Why go look for, I'm trying to use it as an example of analogy of like, if there's oranges right in front of me, right, hanging off the tree, but it was there when I first got here, that's like the equivalent of saying, nah, bro, I'm gonna walk a little bit, put a little grind in, sweat a little bit, and go to that orange tree a mile away. Why? It's right in front of you. Just take it. Mm-hmm. And that's how I feel with the gift. It's like if I'm born smart, right, I'd rather just have that gift and just maintain it. It's just, there's no need for the unnecessary work. And I think a lot of times we want to show that when we have to prove to ourselves, we have this pride that I work to be smart. And it's like, it's only for yourself that you're doing it. And I don't care. It's for myself, it doesn't matter if I was born that way, if I work to get it. To me, there's no difference. And that's what I was telling Reef is that, in my perspective, is just that we do just unnecessary work just to fulfill our egos, just to fulfill our pride. And I'm not going to be that person. I'm going to sit there and be born smart. If we're talking about would I rather be rich, bro, I'm going to sit there and be rich. I'm not going to sit there and make myself go through the gutter just to get rich, just to say I came from the gutter and I worked my way up. That's not how it works, right? I don't want to do that. Our parents didn't want that for us either. I don't want the same. I'm like, I'd rather be born rich. And then from there, I'll maintain my riches and take it to another level. I'm not going to start at level 80. Yeah. I'm gonna start at level 80 instead of 1. It's just that's just how I feel, man. No pride involved.
It's like
no
2K with VC.
Yeah, come
it's
on,
like,
bro.
I'd rather start with VC than have to, grind
and go get the VC.
To get the VC. Nah, I want my player to be maxed out at 99 once I begin. Why would I do these my player games?
Just to say I did it.
Just to say I did it. Yeah, I mean, now that we could really jump in, that was a lot of my take too. Like I used to say that with Dad, like, I appreciate everything you went through, but I wouldn't want to be you. Like I wouldn't want to struggle unnecessarily. Mm-hmm. So to answer the question for myself, and then it'll tie into what he was saying. Like I would rather be born smart, and I'd rather be born rich. And it wouldn't matter to me whether somebody would try to invalidate that as like being I wasn't self-made or I had a kickstart and stuff like that. To me, I wouldn't want to struggle unnecessarily. Why would I study all those hours and stuff like that to become smart when I can start smart from the get-go?
Exactly.
And you brought up the take of like, just because I say I would be born smart, be born rich, doesn't mean that I wouldn't keep working at my gift.
I'm gonna be lazy because I have the gift.
Let me just have the gift already, and then I'll train it, understand it, train it, and build off of it from there. So, I just wouldn't want to struggle when I don't have to. So to me, it was a no-brainer, but it is interesting to look at it from the other side. But I agree with Omar. Like, I wouldn't struggle if I didn't have to struggle. Like, why would I want to? Yeah, why would I want to struggle unnecessarily? Like, like I'm looking at it literally as like we're looking down on Earth, and somebody goes, "Yo, would you rather be born into wealth?" Or born smart, or have to work for everything? I'm gonna choose born into it.
Yeah.
Or you're dropping me down into earth, bro. I want to have the package from the get go. Give me the skills, and then I'll train the skills after that. I'll hone it, refine it, but give me the skills.
Well, people also feel like based off of this self-made thing we was just saying too, is that you're not gonna appreciate it unless you worked for it. And to a degree, that is true.
I agree. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also don't think that just because you actually put the grind in yourself with all types of things doesn't mean you won't appreciate it. Right? We have, some of us, a lot of us, I believe everyone has a gift. We're just either tapped into it or we're not tapped into it yet. But we all have our gifts, and when you start, actually using it, some of us are appreciative of it. Some of us aren't. Yeah. And all I can talk to myself is I appreciate the gifts that I was handed. We appreciate the fact that we didn't come from the gutter. Yeah. I don't have to go through the gutter to know that I appreciate not coming from the gutter. Like I've seen it. I'm like this.
I don't want that to be me.
Right? Yeah. Dad tells his stories to us. I'm like,
hey, you can have that.
You said it. Dad told. I'm like, oh God.
I appreciate that man's struggle, but I'm like, yo. Dude, I would not want your upbringing. Exactly. I wouldn't want your life. I'm sorry.
So it's defeating that thought that you won't appreciate something if you didn't do the work yourself. Yeah. And that also depends on the person. Some people won't appreciate things that were handed down to them. Some people will be appreciative of it. It goes back to that half, the cup half empty, half full. But it depends on that individual person. Yeah. Right? But I appreciate the fact that I didn't come from the gutter. I appreciate the fact that I was able to get math easier. The fact that I was able to not have to study as hard as my peers. I can go to sleep at 12 while everybody stayed up at the library at 3. I'm very appreciative of that fact. And I would not give that up. I would not want to give that up. I wouldn't want to become the person that has to go the extra mile with my efforts when I could be the person that still achieves those results and not have to do as much work. Of course, I'd rather be that person. Yeah. If I can achieve that same result without having to put in as much effort, why not? Yeah. That's like working smarter, not harder. It's the same objective to me. Yeah. So be born smart. Be born with the gift, and then use the gift to your advantage. To me, it's just a no-brainer in my head. But I understand why people, when they look at it, when you first ask them, it's like, bro, nah, I'd rather work to be smart. Pride and, the fact that I got it myself. Yeah. And that goes back to that self-made question that we was talking about too. This question ended up having all these different layers to it that we ended up discussing. But that's just me, man. Like, I just don't think we... Yeah, it goes back to the work smarter, not harder. Some people just work hard. Yeah. When there's smarter ways to get around it. It's like, bro, you know you can get there without...
shortcuts. But we invalidate shortcuts.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's working. That's why we have our brains, bro. That's why that's our thinking ability.
You're trying to find the easiest way to get things done.
That's our thinking ability, bro. Yeah. That's technology to us. It's always to do the job at a much easier rate.
Yeah, to innovate, so we don't have to do it ourselves.
So I'm that guy. I'm gonna come up with innovative ways, easier ways to do things. That way I don't have to keep pushing myself to do something that can be done in half the time.
That's a great thought.
Yeah, it just clicked to me, bro. But I'm like, bro, it is the same analogy, basically. Yeah. Yeah. Sheesh. That's what I'm thinking, bro. Yeah. I'm all for working smarter, bro. I'm not about to sit there.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like I be saying, like, if the goal is to prioritize fun, you're gonna find ways to the shortcuts, working smarter, not harder, because working harder isn't fun. Yeah. Like, bro, I don't want to do all of that when I can build a device, build a shortcut real quick, take care of that, and I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like even when, as business owners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually you want to get it to where you can spend more time with family, doing things, other things you want to do. You love your business,
Yeah.
you know, but
Spend time
you do want to spend some time doing other things. But what do you have to do? You have to start prioritizing. You have to start delegating. Doesn't make you any less capable. You're just like, bro, like, I need more time to do this thing. So I'm going to work smarter here, not harder. And that's the equivalent to me, is just with all of these questions, I'm just always going to be on the side of, bro, like, whatever makes the job easier, I'm down to do. It doesn't make me lazy. Doesn't mean I don't grind. I grind, bro. But why not have the easier start?
You would rather want the platform, and
Come on,
that
bro.
does tie into to self-made, because self-made ties, extremely well into this concept. But we were saying, you look in society, you look at people who come from money, come from wealth. So we brought up like the Kylie Jenners of the world, the Jaden Smiths of the world, like people that come from money. And a lot of times society, we will invalidate their experience or them being self-made because they started with a platform and opportunity. And we were saying we don't necessarily agree with that. We shouldn't invalidate somebody else's experience, or we shouldn't not call them self-made because they had a piggyback and a support system, because we all want that at the end of the day. But that doesn't mean that person isn't putting in the work
Exactly.
to get their wealth. So Kylie Jenner, let's just take her for example. Yeah, she's born into money. We all know that, but she's putting actual physical labor into these businesses and stuff like that to get to the highest level. So she had the platform, but she's still putting in the work, or at least that's what I believe. I mean, it could be totally opposite, but who knows? But that's the way I view it. And why self-made doesn't really exist, because everybody needs help. And nobody really does it on their own. So why are we fishing? Why do we love the self-made, the underdog story when not everybody does it alone?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, and I reiterated those words, bro. Like, nobody does it by themselves, so nobody's technically self-made. But I think it's just pride, bro. It's really just the pride, I think, because there's no way you can achieve high amounts of success by yourself. We all know that. There's no way.
No.
You can achieve success. MJ isn't getting a ring just by himself. He needed Scotty, Steve Kerr, Dennis Rodman, all these different people. You need a team around you. And it's the same thing in our lives, bro. None of us get anywhere by ourselves. We have our parents, we have friends, we have coaches, we have teachers. We have all of these people that help us get there. So none of us are technically self-made, right? All of us still have to do the work by ourselves, even then. So you can't knock somebody even if they did come from help, because I still have to put the work in myself. I still have to do the work even though people are helping me, right? But then again, are we all ever self-made? Because then again, no, you're not ever by yourself. So it's kind of like...
It's a double-edged sword.
Exactly. Double-edged sword with it. Because you're doing the work yourself.
Yeah.
You are the person doing the work. Then again, you're never actually doing things by yourself.
Because you can't.
You can't do it, bro.
Humans didn't survive and evolve to this length by ourselves.
Yeah.
That's where the tribal mentality comes from. We had to, form tribes and form groups to survive. You're better off with other people than you are alone. So,
exactly.
And to bring it back, it's like, I would rather be born into wealth, and I'd rather be born smart. Like, I need the resources. I need... I need the skills.
If we're digging for gold, bro, think about me just digging versus if I have 6 other people with me.
People digging, like...
Shit, we could get the gold, go to the next mine, go digging, bro. By the time we're on our 5th mine, I'm still on my 1st one digging because I'm by myself. It's just not efficient, bro. Nobody does things by themselves. Let alone it's going to take you. By the time you might have dig, I might have reached there by now because I got a team of 4 with me, and we digging. It's just that this pride that we feel like we got to do things ourselves. I think it's just a pride thing.
So we think that's the biggest reason that's driving people to say they'd rather become smart.
I think it's pride.
Or, become rich.
I feel like it's pride.
You think it's pride?
I think it's pride. I think it's pride. And like you said, like how people try to make us feel bad because we were spoiled when we were younger. Like our parents can afford to get us things. It's like... Then again, like a lot of people in society look at it that way. Like, oh, people going to think I'm spoiled. Like some people do think that, but it's all just a pride part of trying to get there yourself. right? When you have something easier right in front of your face, why walk a mile to get it when it's literally right here? It's just the point. You know? Especially if it's not hindering you, especially if it's not stopping your progress, like if it's not having a negative effect, I don't understand. Because when I look at being born smart versus actually doing the work to be smart, I don't see where there's a negative effect on you from being born smart. So if there's no con to it, if there's no real con, what is the point? It'd be different if it was problems, you know, like sometimes you take a shortcut, but there's all these negatives to it. It'd be different.
The only con is you can't say you did it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. What con? There is no real con.
Yeah, when I think about it, some people may not be as appreciative of it, but is that really
that's how you take it for granted.
But is that a con?
No, because you can work hard for riches and still... Can you work hard for riches and still not appreciate it?
I think so.
I think you can,
I think so.
Yeah.
Just because you worked hard to get it doesn't mean you appreciate it.
True. That is very true. Wow, that is very true. So either path could lead you to the same conclusion.
Yes, why not just take... Exactly, so there's no real negative.
Besides us wanting to say we
did it ourselves, which is pride. That's the only thing I can think
better about
ourselves.
Yeah, it's justification
bro, I did
for
it
ourselves.
I need you. Like, is that kind of conversation? And I just don't see.
But and we just said that's technically incorrect. Because you always need something. You're not building anything on your own.
So then from that, there's no reason why I think...
Yeah, because being born with smarts and being born with riches is just like having help, essentially. It's the same thing. You just had help.
Somebody helped you before you got here.
Whether you want to say God gave me these abilities, the universe gave me these abilities, but somebody gave me a lifeline, like somebody gave me a boost. I was helped.
Yeah.
But becoming smart, like you said, you have teachers. We read books. People write these books. So technically, we're never doing anything
by ourselves.
Yeah. So literally, the only thing, like you said,
it's like it's the logical reason to destroy this whole self-pride ego thing. Like,
because you always
there's nothing logical about it.
There's nothing logical about it.
Not ever break you down. There's nothing logical about it.
That's crazy.
Now that I'm really thinking about it.
I never now that I really think about it.
It makes no sense. Yeah. We're always help.
Because everybody needs help.
Yeah.
Wow. I even look at, I'm gonna bring up Dad again, like, self-made, but he tells us about all the stories where people have done right by him and stuff like that. Like, everybody helps you out.
Everybody does to a degree.
So you never really do anything on your own.
Yeah,
so it's really just to convince ourselves that.
Yes.
Wow.
And then it's kind of freeing, at least to me, when I realize it's not all done by my work. Like, it takes collaborating with other people. I think there's also like a freedom to that.
Yeah.
There's like you can release. I was gonna say you can release some of this pressure and all this weight you put on yourself. Like you have to do it yourself. Like no, there's people.
It's a huge burden off your shoulders.
Yeah, man.
It's a team game. Life is a team game.
Life is a team game.
I'm thinking about...
we have to work together, bro. We all have to work together.
I'm thinking about Sword Art Online, the anime I've been telling you to watch. Yeah. They literally... they're trapped in a video game and they have to escape, but a lot of them try to work against each other, and I'm like, if you all just work together, y'all could all get out of the video game.
Exactly.
So now I'm literally looking at it as life that we're living right now, like it's a team game. The more people you collect that are like-minded, looking to elevate, looking to grow,
It's the crabs in the bucket mentality. Yeah. Literally, you can all get out of the bucket.
Yeah, if we work together.
Right? You can all get up. You can all get out the bucket, bro.
Yes. We just have to work together. But instead, in society, we want to step
one crab gets to the top, grabs the other crab. Each crab just starts making their way out. Like you'll find a way to get out the bucket together.
Yeah, by strategizing collectively.
Yeah, but everybody like, nah, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting. And you literally see them all falling down. Like I'm getting out of here, bro.
Yeah. Stepping on the next man, trying to get up, but it doesn't work,
bro.
That's what we do.
It's a team game. That's what we do. It's a team game, bro.
stop thinking we need
You're
to.
never
stop
gonna
thinking we need to
accomplish
do it
anything
alone.
by yourself. You can't do it all alone. That's just understand
that was a crazy
I still have to
realization.
totally understand that too. Because a lot of times I'll just go into overdrive. Like I'll just go, but this understanding, like, no, bro, like it's a team game, but it takes this person, this person, this person, this person to work together. And you're always gonna bear more fruit with more people than you will by yourself.
True.
This is how it goes.
True.
Like we were saying, like I was using for the gold mine. Like I can dig more gold with more people than by myself, so there's more to split. My nest egg will be bigger.
Wow. That was
It's
a great
the
realization.
I think your thing. No, it's just your screensaver. But
Yeah.
it's like when somebody said, "Would you rather have 100% of 100,000 or 10% of like 1% of a billion?"
Yeah.
And if I have 100% of 100,000 and 1% of a billion, 1% of a billion is a million.
Yeah.
So I have more having the 1%, but a lot of people want to be like,
Share
"Nah, I have
with
100% of this."
Yeah. Just
Pride.
we own it, we have it.
Pride again.
Ego. Yeah.
Right? Because I'm scared to say, "Nah, I own 1%," but my 1% is higher than this person's 100%.
Yeah.
So it's
we
like
want to say we have more.
we just want to say it
in terms of percentages, ranking it out there. Yeah, I got 100%, but you got 10%.
Well,
But really, I have more money than you.
Yeah, bro, you got 1%.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn.
It's all strictly for the ego because when you break it down, it's like, bro, you have 100% 100,000, I have 1% of a million. I have to do less than you, and I own more than. Like, you know, with 1%, I don't have to do as much, but I own a million, and I have to do less. You have to do way more work at 100, and you own 100% 100,000.
Yeah.
So you have to do so much more work for less money. And these are all the ways to me we're using, like being smart. Like it's just like
I'd rather be smart from the jump. You have to, like I said, you have to study all those hours. You have to do all of that just to say you did it. I mean, I'll give you the thumbs up, kudos.
Yeah.
Yo, I appreciate that hard work you put in, but
yeah,
nah, man, I saved so many years and time and physical effort because I had it already. But I think we would all want to jumpstart. It's just, I feel like when you say that, you know, you're looked at in a certain way in society. If you say like you want to, you know. Like we said, you're invalidated for starting above others.
Exactly.
Which is not all the times a fault of your own, but you're invalidated for that. So nobody wants to be that person in society where you look at as if you want a head start above other people because it's not going to be socially accepted.
Exactly. But I don't care for the social acceptance of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't take back that I was naturally didn't have to study as much in school. Don't take it back at all. I could study for an hour and get an A on the test. Like, I would not trade that for somebody to do hours work. No. Just to say they put the work in to get that A versus me, I just study for an hour. I'm sorry, I'm just not giving it up. I don't feel bad about it, and I would not want to trade it.
But we shouldn't feel bad, like, and I used to feel bad to a degree, you know, we were younger, like we said, people always used to say, you know, you're spoiled, you get whatever you want, you got these resources, you got this opportunities, these connections, and in the back of your mind, like you always internalize, you know, a lot of times what other people say to you. So it was always in the back of my mind, with feeling kind of bad for, you know, growing up on a platform that a lot of people didn't have. But I shouldn't feel bad because, like you said, I was put here, you know, and realizing that we're all trying to get to the same place, and I just had these opportunities in front of me. Why would I not use them, or why would I feel bad for having them?
Exactly.
It's like if they dropped us into, you know, the Maze Runner. And we get dropped into a place where there's so much resources. Why would I feel bad, bro? I just got put here. I'm trying to survive. I got these resources. Like, why would I feel bad for that? But I think we do have to empathize, and I know we both do that. Like, you can appreciate that, you know, you have, it's a blessing, and, you know, other people aren't as fortunate, but you shouldn't feel bad or look at yourself any type of way, or look at your life any type of way for being given these resources. Yeah. And I've grown to feel like, where I don't feel bad, because I'm like, I was put here. Like, anybody would want these resources or use these resources if you had them. Like, a lot of us don't like to admit it, but a lot of us would like to be born rich. Yeah. A lot of us would like to be born smart.
Most of us would.
You know, most of us would. Like, literally, if we got to pick our lives, I'm going to paint a picture. Imagine a screen with a button, and we get to pick our lives. Right, left. Born rich. Born into poverty and have to work hard for my riches. Most people, I'm willing to bet, will choose rich. Yeah. Why would I want to, and it goes back to, why would I want to struggle? Why would I have to find the resources, put in the work, when I can just have them already?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know?
And in reality, bro, I think most of us don't even want to put in the work, to be honest. I think that's why people still do the lottery. You want to obtain the riches by not doing work.
Wow.
Most of us don't want to. I'm telling you, bro.
I don't want to.
No, I don't want to either. Bro, why you think I like passive income, bro?
Yeah.
Like, let's work for more money, man.
Yeah.
Chill, bro.
Don't got to do anything.
I'd rather that.
Yeah.
Any day, bro. More opportunity to do other things that I want to do, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like none of us truly really want to work hard in a way. Like I said, like smarter, that's human. That's the reason why we created technology to the way we did. We want easier ways to do things. So,
bro, we're at autonomous vehicles now.
Exactly. We all want the easy way.
We don't want to drive our own car.
Bro, come on. We got that lazy. I don't even want to drive the car, bro.
Food delivery.
Yeah, bro. I don't want to leave the crib.
Food be right down the block. Still be here, bro. You don't even want to leave the house.
Yeah.
So everything's about convenience, which isn't necessarily bad because I go back to if we were put here and the goal is fun, I want to have as much fun.
Yeah, we want more time
as possible. We want more time to do things that we want to do. So short the distance. Well, I don't want to go down the block to get this food, man. I'm playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff like that. That's obviously a trivial example, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great thought. Yeah, I know I said it in the beginning, but I'm definitely choosing. Born rich is born smart.
And then I'm tie this in because you had mentioned it, but I want to tie it back in because I feel like I said something that I want to say to all you guys when it was do you look at the cup half empty, half full? And maybe it's just the way I interpret it. Obviously, other people interpret it, but the way I look at it is when we're saying half empty, that implies that you don't appreciate what you have now. You're always looking at it like you need more. I need more, I need more, I need more. And then we're looking at it half full. We're looking at it like I'm content, like I'm just appreciative of what is here. I'm happy I have half a cup because I could have no cup at all with no water in it. And I take the route that you need it to be, I look at it both sides, half empty and half full. And this is the same with when you just said that you would be appreciative. It's the same thing. Like, I'm appreciative of the fact that I understand that some people don't have this. If I was born to resources, I understand that some people can't have this life right now. Like, there's a lot of people that aren't living this life, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that it is half full. I don't take that for granted. But also looking at it half empty. Like, I still want more. I would still want a full cup of water.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to settle for half a plate all the time. Like, eventually I would want a full plate.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at my life, is the half empty and half full at the same time. You have to appreciate what you do have, but it's okay to still grind for more. And that's just for me because I want to push to have more in my life. We said that I was born here. You say it all the time. I was born here. I want to live it to its fullest potential. And that's why I look at it half empty too. It's like, bro, I get it. We have this. I appreciate this, but still want to explore. We can say, bro, I've been to these, I've been to multiple different countries now. I'm good. No, we're like, bro, I want to see every country.
Yeah.
I want to see everything. Like, I appreciate this. I know this is a blessing, but I want more.
I was just about to say.
And then when I was using the cup analogy, I told him, like, some people go with the half a cup. It's all up to your life. But for me, I got a long distance to go.
Yeah.
I need as much water as I can get. Make sure I'm nice and hydrated for the hike, for the adventure, for the trip. I need more.
Agreed.
Right? I'm traveling a lot. I'm using a lot of energy. I need more food. That's just how it goes. I'm grinding, bro. I'm trying to get somewhere. So.
Yeah.
And same thing with our life. It's the same thing with gifts. I appreciate, but I got more to go. So when I look at it from that, to tie it back into being born smart, it's like, from that angle, like I would be thankful and grateful that I was born smart. I know people can't have it that way, but would not trade it for anything. Right? I get to use this for and accomplish more. I'm like, so it's the same thing. I just want to say that the half empty, half cup analogy, because I know some of us don't look at it that way, but you need both. And some people are good with it just being half empty, but me personally, I'm not. I would like the full cup, but I also happy that there was half a cup and no cup. Then there was half the cup full, then there was it being empty. But because I look at it half empty is why I grind so hard,
Yeah.
and that's what I was saying to you is that because I know that it can be filled up, because I know that I can accomplish more, because I can take my my life or my skill set to another level. That's the reason why I go hard, because I know it's half empty, and that's just my.
Let me take a leak real quick.
You already know. We're gonna go take a leak, but you already know. Camera shuts off after 30 minutes. Just how it go. Stay tuned for the next section of this segment.
Yeah. All right, we're back. Commercial break. You know what happens. Camera cuts off after a half hour, so this is the reboot. But just to follow up off your thought, I know you gave your take on the whole glass half full, glass half empty. I would say my answer is similar to yours. I'm naturally more on the half full side, just because I am content with what I have. I'm appreciative of what I have, but I'm not satisfied. So that's why I say it mirrors yours. Just because I'm not gonna say I always want more. And it's not in a greedy way. It's just once you've been shown life, like we said, like traveling, just to give you a little background, we traveled since we were like kids, always on family vacations. Like it was normal to us. So when we got to this age now, we craved seeing more of the world. You're like, yo, I seen this, I want to see more. It's not in a greedy way, but it's just like once you've had your mind open to information, you want more. So, or opportunity in the situation, like we said, because of the situation that we were born into, we've just been able to see a different side of life, which we're appreciative of. I'm appreciative of. I'm grateful. I don't take it for granted. At least I don't think so. Have I before? Yes, but present day, I don't think I take it for granted. But you want more, and I think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
You should always want more, not and like I'm gonna keep saying, not in a greedy way, like where you're trying
in an ambitious.
Yeah, in an ambitious way. You're not hoarding, like, oh, I want more for myself. It's just like, no, I know I can reach higher heights.
Exactly.
I can go to the highest level. I look at your like Tom Brady's, your LeBrons, like playing this late in their careers. Like there's like, bro, I want to keep getting better. And
it's another level.
It's another level. Exactly. I can tap into a whole other level. Yeah. If I win one championship, why would I be good with one? I want two.
5.
All right, now I got 2. I want 4. You want to keep doing it. Same thing with money. Like if you have 6-figure net worth, that's great. That's awesome. But why not go for $1 million? Yeah. And when you got $1 million, why not go for $1 billion? It's like, again, it's ambitious. Like I can get to a higher level. So for me, I'm definitely more on the half full side. I can see it from the half empty side, but I don't think I've ever really been a pessimistic person in my entire life. I've always been more on the higher level of aspiration. I've always wanted to go higher and achieve more and see more. So I would say I'm definitely a half full dude. Yeah, for sure.
What I was asking you and D was like, why is the half empty pessimistic? That's what I was trying to understand.
The general view, and I agree with you. I don't think it has to be pessimistic. I just think that's kind of what it's attributed when somebody hears that question.
Okay.
Because if you go, okay, literally, if we literally look at a glass right now, here's a glass of water. And we both go.
How perfect is that?
It's perfect, right? Here's a glass of water.
I wish you could see it,
for the audio. If you're listening to this on audio, I just took a cup out very right here. So it's literally right where we wanted for this little experiment. I didn't plan this, by the way. This isn't staged. Like this is legit. This is legit spontaneity. It is organic. But yeah, if somebody goes, yo, like, is this half full, half empty to you? If you say half empty, it kind of shows your mindset and the way you're looking at things, So half empty, I guess, is looked at it as like ungrateful. You're not appreciative that there is half and there could be like none. Does that make sense?
So it's back. I was saying like that balance of like.
It's a balance.
Because if I was really thirsty, I'd drink it, but I'd be like, dang, I need more.
I want more. Yeah. But if you go, dang, like it's half empty, it's like you're not looking at it as it's half full. Like it could be 0. But I don't want to just label it as pessimistic. But when because this is like a heavily asked question. It usually has half full is optimist more, and half empty is pessimist more.
In the way, I guess,
in the way that the society tends to view it. But I liked your take on it too. Like it was, even when I first asked you off camera, I was like, wow, like that was an impressive way of looking at it. It's not your traditional way of looking at the question. So I was like, dang, like I can see that. Yeah. Because it's all perspective.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all your perspective.
Exactly. But that was a fresh one. So that's my take on it, man. This was fun.
Yeah, it was. And I was going to say that to emphasize again, like how you said greed and things like that. Like, I look at it as just ambitious. Like, it's okay to want more, and it's not. You're not greedy for it. I look at greed when it becomes a detriment to other people. Like,
because you're hoarding.
You're hoarding it. Like, you're not sharing. You're using it all for yourself. I think that's the greed part of it. But there's nothing wrong with being ambitious for wanting to accomplish more, wanting to achieve more, wanting to see more. There's nothing okay with more.
Yes.
And we tend to give a negative tendency towards more.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Wanting to get better.
But, it's because if I say, yo, I want more apples, does that mean I'm going to be eating all? No, I might just say I want more apples, but I'll share with everybody. It's okay to have more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's okay to want more and to keep striving for more. To be content and still say, you know what, 100,000 is nice, but I'm going for a mil.
Yeah.
It's just appreciating it and also not letting it be a detriment to others and yourself.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. I just thought it was nice how I just thought about when you said the greed part of explaining your position on the take, and I was like, a lot of people would think it's greed, but it's not really.
It's not greed, because I don't want it, and you summed it up perfectly. Like I don't want it in detriment to other people.
Exactly.
Like I want it because I should want to reach higher heights.
Yeah. Right?
If life is a video game, right, we all like to entertain how we could be in a simulation or a game. If life's a video game, I want to get to the highest level. I want to beat the game. I want to master the game, I'm not good on level 50. I want to get to level 100, and stuff like that. So I think, it is good to be ambitious. Just don't hoard. And that's where you get into society. Usually because people that want more, it's in a corrupt way, like, hey, I want more power, stuff like that. So we've associated with wanting more as negative, or okay, if you get more, other people are going to have less. Yeah. And that's not necessarily the case. It can be the case, but not in what I say in terms of wanting more. It's not in detriment to other. I don't want to step on other people to get more. It's just I want more overall.
Exactly. I agree.
And that goes for anything. If I want more knowledge, I want more wealth, I want all of that, more connections, it's not always negative or greed, like we said. So, and then just to tie it back and wrap it up, with the question we started off with, I think another thing that I want a lot of people to take away, and even myself, is like, it's not wrong to get help.
Yeah. Great point.
We can't always do it alone, and that goes for every area of life, I believe. There's nothing wrong with getting help or admitting that you need help or that you can't do it on your own. That's something I struggled with a lot in my life, is not admitting that I need help, always wanting to be the one to do it. Something to prove, whether to myself or to other people. So I've struggled with it personally, but it just feels good to know your limitations and to know, what other people can provide to you that you can't necessarily provide for yourself, and vice versa. What you can provide to other people that they can't provide for themselves. So I think it's important just to realize that none of us do it alone. Like,
exactly.
It's literally impossible to succeed literally by yourself. I think it's impossible. If you can show me somebody that's done it, show me. But I don't.
Bro, if you try to do it yourself, you would die when you were born, boy. You need your parents to take care of you.
That's a great thing.
You would die, bro.
You needed somebody to feed you.
That goes to tell you,
wipe you behind, like.
You came into this world with somebody helping you, bro.
Yeah, you're sustenance. Wow. Yeah. Literally. So, it's funny how our mind and society will play tricks on us on the way we look at things, but literally, self-made is an illusion.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't exist. You can't be self-made. You'd even create yourself.
Yeah.
You needed somebody to
take the word, play on it, like, you didn't make yourself.
You didn't make yourself. Yeah. Like, we needed our parents to get here. They needed their parents, so nobody got here.
I like to take self-made with it, bro.
Yeah.
You didn't even make yourself. How you self-made?
How you self-made? Yeah. It's impossible. Yeah. Like we said, even the most successful corporations, they needed funds from investors, and like everybody needs the help. but it's just us trying to fool ourselves and deceive ourselves and convince ourselves that we can do it alone because that's what's glorified in society. That's the cool story, the person that did it on their own. But somebody who gets help is like looked down upon and shunned.
Exactly.
But
yeah, man, it's a good conversation. I like it.
yeah, this was fun. Bringing y'all another question of the day. And again, this is literally what it's all about. I'm gonna keep reiterating it. It's just having fun conversations about life, like just questioning things, trying to understand things, look at it from different angles and perspectives. That's literally what it's all about. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Hope you took a lot away from this conversation. I hope it sparks and inspires you to have the same conversations, like I said, within your friend groups, your households, things of that nature. Like, I want us all to tap into that, higher level in life and start looking at things a little different. So the people watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also subscribe to the Brody,
yes,
Omar Bailey.
Omar Bailey.
He's doing his thing, man. He has a lot of information for y'all. So definitely tune in. Like, comment, and subscribe on his as well. And give your boys a follow on the socials. We're gonna do that plug in here. And yeah, like I said, thank you for tuning in. This was another fun and exciting episode. And we see y'all next time.
Yes, sir.
Deuces.
Deuces. I'm ready to make some food. I'm starving. Oh my God.
Yeah, I could eat too, bro.
I'm about to chow down.
Perfect way to rap, boy.
Chow